Hi guys, I'm Bri.
And I'm Alli. This is Offscript.
If you think about it, books are potential scripts for movies.
When this adaptation happens, typically it's disappointing because they went off script.
In this series, we will be talking about how off script they went. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
We were about to introduce you.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. No other guest has jumped on it like that.
I know, I loved that. That was
awesome.
great.
Yes.
Everyone, this is our friend Ashley.
Yay.
Hello.
Did you know that this is our 100th episode and you're on it?
I saw.
Yes, that's our 100th comparison. That's so exciting.
It is exciting.
It's a good one.
Yes. Well, Ashley, you have done all of our art for our podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a great...
Yes, I have.
We've done our logo and...
Wow, that's actually kind of perfect that you're our 100th guest.
I know. And then our cute little drawings that are on our newsletter and stuff. Man, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for also doing that.
Of
Yeah,
course.
thank you.
Yes.
We love them.
Yes. What else?
Why the fuck didn't we plan something for our 100th?
We're having cake later to celebrate our 100th episode.
Or Allie's 100th birthday. No.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Allie, what has been your favorite comparison that we've done?
Ooh.
Also, I'm going to just forewarn everyone, we also have Justin and John here. So you might hear them in the background.
No, they're having a good time.
They're laughing.
Yes. My favorite one we've done. You know what? I was just thinking about this today, and I think it's The Outsider.
Really?
I really like that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's a shock.
I really like that book. Yep.
That's a great book.
Yeah.
I realize that I now have to answer this.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. We've done 100. How am I supposed to remember them all? Why did I ask you this question?
I know.
You had your answer at the ready though.
Well, that's literally because I was thinking about it today. I was like, wow, I've done a lot. I was like, man, I really like The Outsider. I might have to reread that one.
Whoa, that's coming from Allie rereading it. That's crazy. The problem with this is that it's also all my favorite books, and we've covered so many things that I've loved. So the one that's coming to me is just Shining, because I wasn't expecting you to enjoy it too. And then you're like, oh yeah, I enjoy this. Okay. But that doesn't feel like a good answer, but that's my answer.
Okay. Well, Ashley, what got you into art and stuff?
Oh gosh, I've been drawing since I was a wee one.
Yeah. That's why you're so good.
Yeah. I try. I do. No, I like drawing. I actually haven't picked up my pen in a while, so I'm gonna be doing that again
Get
soon.
back into it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have an idea, so I'm gonna probably
good.
go with that idea. So
Good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Exciting. Awesome. All right. Well, you guys, today...
Not only is Ashley a guest on the episode, but she picked this book.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Blood and Chocolate. And we're on episode 5 of season 6.
That's crazy. What's funny is the other day when I was putting up one of our episodes, I put in the season info and I put season 5. And I literally was about to hit publish. And then I sat there and I was like, no. You're on season 6.
Season 6, listener picks.
I need to go back and look and see if I did that with the other ones
Oh, yeah.
for this season.
All right, so I guess our picture is Ashley's here.
Yeah.
That's
a
exciting.
great picture.
Great picture.
And it's our 100th episode.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. All right, we do have a couple trigger warnings. I mean, there is an attempted suicide in the book, so I put that in there.
Smart.
And then there's death. But it's
It's to be expected in a book like this.
Yeah, it's like a young... I don't know if it's young adult. Was it a young adult?
It's late teens, young adult.
Yeah. So it's It's not like heavy death. It's like, it's a werewolf book. People die.
Yeah. Best way to explain it. Oh, Ashley, can you hand me that book in front of you? Batman book? Yeah. That might help me.
With all your notes.
Yeah. Although, let me preface our comparison for everyone. I have 2 pages of notes. And typically, 2 pages of notes means, oh, wow, they did pretty good. No. This time, it's because I couldn't freaking figure out how the fuck to take the notes. I'm like sitting there writing a note, and then I was like, I have to make a note about this whole entire scene. Like, everything. And then I was like, that's too much work. I'm going to just be sitting here writing notes the whole time if I do that.
Literally, I messaged Bri and I was like, I think I watched the wrong movie, or I think I'm reading the wrong book, because I was 23% done with the book and nothing in the book has happened in the show.
Mm-hmm. Rather frustrating.
Movie. Yes. Yes. So
this is one of the ones where I'm literally, as Allie is talking about the comparison, I'm going to jump in and just be like, that didn't happen, and try to like briefly explain like, but this happened instead. But there's just so much I did not want to retell the whole entire movie.
Yes. But Ashley will be here to help. And
yeah, I was going to say, I have a feeling Ashley will jump in for me.
I have a lot of feelings.
Well, good. That's why you're here. All right. So we got a synopsis. Here we go. So Vivian is a werewolf living with her mother and... Oh, no, I didn't. I did the synopsis before.
No, you did the synopsis of, you tried to do of both.
Well, I have gone through all my notes and I've done the intro and outro, so they're all set and ready. I didn't go back and reread it.
That's hilarious.
So we might have to, I'm going to have to pull up a synopsis of the movie.
Do it.
Okay, so here's the book synopsis.
Okay. That would have been scary. You want me to read
would have cried.
You want to read the book? The movie synopsis? Here, I'll read the book one. Vivian is a werewolf living with her mother and pack in a city in Maryland. She falls in love with a human boy, but is devastated when he is unable to accept her for who she is. Her rage and grief cause her to lose control of herself while in wolf form. That's the book, people.
This should tell you how different it is, because typically Allie finds a way to make it wrap both book and movie into one.
And even if I had like gone back and reread this and was like, oh yeah, that won't work. There's no way. There's no way other than saying
Vivian is a werewolf.
Yep. And
she meets Aiden.
Yes. That's about it.
Vivian's a werewolf. She meets a boy named Aiden.
Gabriel's a dick.
And can I bring movie things in?
Yes.
Yeah.
But is way older in the movie.
Oh yeah, it was gross. It was creepy.
He's like 23, 22 in the book, and Vivian's like 17, 18, and in the book or in the movie, Vivian is like 19 and Gabriel is like 35.
Yeah.
And I'm
also
like,
the accent got me. I was like, I did not picture you with an accent,
well,
dude.
they're all supposed to be in Romania, apparently.
Yeah, not
and it's
Virginia.
like all of it instead of Louisiana or wherever they're in. And it's
Virginia, because I was excited. or West Virginia, because
they're going. They're in Maryland.
They're going to West Virginia.
Okay, because I was like, I love West Virginia.
Yeah.
I got family there, so.
Did you find the movie?
Yeah, I have an overview.
Okay.
Vivian has a secret. She is a werewolf and has spent her entire life concealing it. She faces divided loyalties when she finds love with a human male named Aiden. Much to the disapproval of some of her fellow packmates, especially Gabriel, who also desires her. But Aiden may no longer love her when she reveals her inner wolf.
Oh, that actually kind of matches.
I know, that's weird.
Which is unfortunate.
That's weird.
Which is rather unfortunate.
It's very misleading.
It is incredibly misleading.
I was just going to say,
and that's the overview
matches,
for the movie.
Like how they did
How they did everything is completely wrong.
Yeah, whoa.
Well,
that's how they deceive
That's
you.
hilarious.
That's one reason why I was so excited to watch this movie when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because
like, this is perfect.
It was so excited. I loved this book. It's gonna be a great movie. No.
all Well, we have our author, Annette Curtis Klause, our director,
Katja.
Katja Von Garnier. Sure.
Yep.
Screenplay writer. Why are there so many people that I can't say?
Aaron Kruger.
Thank you. And Christopher Landon. Audiobook reader was Alyssa Breshnan. Did you do the audiobook?
I did do the audiobook. She was okay. She reminded me of someone else that I've listened to. I can't remember who.
I wasn't intrigued.
No, she reminded me of Gerald's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they had picked a better person for it. But
Yeah. But it was also made in the 90s.
yeah.
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 97.
I know. I did when I realized that, especially at the end, they do the cheesy like, "This was made in."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh no! Can we update this?"
I know. So the book came out December 15th, 1997, and the movie came out January 26th,
Oh, whoa!
2007, my birthday.
It's kind of crazy that we're doing it literally 2 days before your birthday. Too.
I know, and December 15th is the day after Riley's birthday.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
And that's a 10-year difference. All right, let's do it. So what'd you do first? Did you read it or watch it?
What'd you do, Ash?
I read it and then watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it.
Wow. Asshole.
Yeah.
That was loud.
I was a big motorcycle man.
Yep. I also read it first.
And I watched it first.
I'm intrigued to know your thoughts, Allie.
Yeah.
Me too. Because like watching it first and then reading it is like a whirlwind.
That's why we do this. So we
Yeah.
try and flip, which
Yeah.
is like we make each other do the opposites.
Unless
So-
we both already like watched a movie
Yeah.
first or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we have someone who's done the opposite of whatever we've
so
done.
we see. Because it's fun to
'Cause-
talk about, because it's like, oh, well, reading it first, or
This is
watching
how
it first,
I
did
took it.
you think of it like this? And it's
Yeah.
like, oh no, I thought of it like this. And so like then imagining like the characters, because watching it first, it's like, oh, that's who I had pictured as the characters versus...
What's funny is this one, I wanted to recast everyone, but I didn't even take the time to because I was like, it's such a... They screwed up everything.
screwed
I'm
up
like, I don't even care. Sure, you're all fine.
I think they did a decent job casting Vivian. She's just written wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the casting of Aiden, but I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Like,
If he were the right age.
if they were all the right age.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have some initial thoughts already in there, but this is a hard question, especially when it's this different, but plot-wise, overall, like, just the story. So not necessarily book or movie.
Not the comparison, just like the overall story. Like
the premise
so
of it.
reading this, I have realized that I'm more of a vampire fan.
She has vampire books.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what
good to
got
know.
me into her.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
loved her books growing up.
Yeah.
So in high school, I like ate her books up, and so this is just one of the only ones that was ever made into
Yeah.
a movie.
Okay.
Which is just awesome. And
Yeah.
so she has a lot of other
Okay.
ones.
That's good to
that
know,
are-
'cause
and
I-
I think it's Silver Kiss is one of them,
Okay.
and
That's
yeah.
good to know because I like. It started and it kept talking about werewolves, and I was like, Aiden's gonna be a fucking vampire. And this is gonna be great. That did not happen. I was like, where's the vampires at? If I've got werewolves. So I was a bit sad.
I enjoyed how when she described things that like normally would be like they got hit, so she screamed with pain. She would always use the dog version. So she yelped, or she was angry, so she growled, when it's just like she's still a human. So she's doing all the human qualities, but using the dog type.
Descriptors.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was so fun.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the like climax of it, like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? Why she's blacking out, and like who's killing all these people? So it was, I don't know, it was a fun read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love supernatural stuff. I love werewolves. I love vampires. and I really love the plot of this. Like, it's a whirlwind. It takes you from oh, this is just a little simple werewolf book that, you know, some teenagers are having a good time, and then it's like, oh wait, there's a whole bunch of pack issues, and oh wait, there's like some political nonsense, and there's a fight. What? Like, I loved the arena fight and how it was described, and it's a really good book. And can I compare? No, I can't compare to
Not yet. What I will say about my initial thoughts for the movie, it was such a. It came out in 2007 though.
Yeah.
This felt like such a fucking 90s movie.
Yes, I thought so too. When I was like,
what? Yeah, the whole time. And there were some scenes where I was like, they purposefully chose to color correct this to make this more warm, and it looks shittier than it should.
I love when they turn into werewolves and they like fly through the air,
they're flying
in
through the
slow
air
motion.
and float, and they turn into light.
And they also, I was just gonna say, they turn into like a ghost first.
This ghost light, and then it's like all of a sudden they're dogs.
Yep. I was telling Allie this, but after reading the book, I literally pictured like Twilight-sized werewolves.
Same.
Because she explains them as these grand, big, beautiful creatures, and I was like, okay, this might be cool to see. And then the first time you see it, it's a cute little dog.
And it's frustrating. Sorry.
Go for it.
It's frustrating too sometimes because, like, in the book, she does a really good job of describing them that yes, they look like actual wolves, but at the same time, they still look like the mangled wolf that you would traditionally see in, like, the half man, half wolves. Like, they have elongated legs, kind of like I don't remember what the maned wolves.
Yeah.
Maned wolves have really long legs. And like that's kind of how I pictured him. Is kind of still like a wolf, but kind of like a maned wolf, bigger, kind of on its hind legs, but using all four.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of how I pictured them.
Yeah. So I was disappointed in the movie. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? These are cute little dogs.
I know, they're so cute.
I know.
Okay. And so why did we pick it?
Well, Ash, why did we pick it?
Because it's a fun book about werewolves. And I like werewolves. It's just a fun read.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so now I have some fun facts. All work covers and illustrations attributed to Aiden belonged in real life to the Spanish graphic artist Victoria Francis.
Yeah.
There were not a lot of fun facts on this one, you guys. So
Cool.
okay, so the title, this one I liked because I could not figure out in the book why it was called Blood and Chocolate. In the movie, it's called Blood and Chocolate because she works at a chocolate shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's in a werewolf and blood.
Yeah.
But this explains more. So we got the title of Blood and Chocolate as a metaphor for Vivian's predicament in the film and novel. She must remain loyal to her heritage and her family, blood, and resist the temptation of normal human relationship with Aiden, the chocolate. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Again, not a
I
lot
like
of fun
it.
facts, you guys. Okay. This would-be screenwriter, Aaron Kruger's last horror... They labeled this as a horror film.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Before he began writing the Transformers films. So he made the Transformers
well, this makes
film.
sense
That's
now
neat.
why his writing's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to flip you some crap because you're like, these fun facts are shitty. Our last episode that just came out, Schindler's List, had some of the best fun facts. So
I
I went
bet.
from great fun facts to
Well, Schindler's List is
As a
quite a different
film to read. And yeah.
The role of Vivian was originally offered to Jennifer Love Hewitt.
that. I feel like I would have liked that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't picture her as a blonde. And
She's
I pictured
supposed to be
Vivian
Oh, is she
blonde.
supposed to be
I'm
blonde?
pretty sure she's supposed to be like a
pictured-
light brunette blonde.
What's funny is I
That's
pictured
what
her
I pictured
brunette.
her.
I pictured brunette, but you can ask John. I picture people with the wrong hair color all the time.
That's okay. I wish I had different hair colors.
So this last one makes a lot of sense. Author Annette Curtis Klause was not kept up to date with the producers of the film. She had to find information about the film on the web.
No.
Shade.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Alrighty. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so book kicks off. Vivian was talking to her mother, and there was this whole terrible fire happening, and she was blaming herself, and the roof collapsed, and her dad was inside and died.
So when the movie started and you see Vivian as a little girl, I was like, oh, cool, we're going to see everything with her dad. And then men showed up and started shooting at everyone else in her family, and everyone else in her family died. And also, I don't remember there ever being talk of her having a brother.
No.
That's what I thought. I was really confused. I was like, maybe it's supposed to be one of the pack mates. And then everyone in her family died. And I was like, Which also, that never got brought up. You would think there would be some like emotional sibling trauma there. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, my brother died as well as my parents. But there's literally
nothing.
I know, what's the point? Why make up that change?
Mm-hmm. If it's not to... Oh, you know why? It's because it's the whole... Gabriel saved you and let you in, so now you're betrothed to him.
Yeah, and the stupid... Sorry.
Go for it. Go. This is what this is for.
This is why you're here.
Okay. And the stupid, like, I have to change brides every 7 years.
Dude,
like,
oh, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm. I'm also like, you're her uncle at this point in time, and you're like, yeah, you're about to be my wife. Like, yeah.
So frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So odd. Okay. So Vivian and her mom moved to another state, and it seems like she's in high school. Because she is in high school. She was really annoyed at the boys in her pack. Wait.
The 5.
So the 5 had killed this girl at the Valentine's dance. And when the older boy was in jail, what was his name? Axel? Was in jail. His friends killed another one. It's like all this drama happened. So then they had to like move. And so now they're in a new state. And everyone in her pack sees her as a mate because she's like, oh, this beautiful female. And she's getting real annoyed. And so they were at school. She entered her art, not essay, right? Her art.
Yeah, right, it's her art. It's
class.
Aiden's poem.
Yeah, into this, like, her teacher said, this is really good. You should, like, put it as display. And it was right next to this poem about wolf changing. And she had to figure out who this Aiden guy was.
None of this happens.
No.
Vivian is not in high school. You see the 5 going to attack a girl and Vivian stopping it. But then I felt like the 5 was a little bit more aware of like the risks in the movie and like throwing it in her face than they were in the book. Mm-hmm. And because she's not in school, she didn't have to do her art. So she didn't do art, period.
No.
Aiden
In the book, Aiden does the art because he's a graphic artist in the movie. Mm-hmm. They meet in a church at 3 a.m. in the movie.
Yeah, the church is like specifically for the wolves.
Specifically for the loup-garou.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. And Aiden's making a comic about the loup-garou.
Yep. And that's how he knows all about the loup-garou and the werewolves and the changing. And she sees his art and is like, who are you? I must know who you are. I must know all about you, but I must stay away from you because I can't be with you because you're a human boy. And so she tries to get away from him instead of trying to learn who he is, like in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead, Allie. Ashley did it for me.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
That's why you're here.
That is exactly why you're here.
So we get more background on what happened at the Valentine's Day dance and all that sort of stuff. And then endangering the pack is punishable by death. And Vivian tried to save Axel, who's the main wolf. Did she love Axel?
No.
She did not. Okay. just the main wolf that was...
He was just a bad boy wolf that was causing trouble for the pack.
Okay, okay. And he was killed because of that, and the others were punished. And at school, Vivian figured out who Aiden was.
And none of this happens. There's not even anything that I can be like, but this happened in this part, Allie, so you might just go ahead and get to the next part.
Sounds good. So Vivian, talk about her, got home and saw Gabriel leaving, who's 24. And her mom...
Get that, 24, not 30 plus.
Yeah. And her mom's like, oh, I'm going to be with him. And she's all pissed off, right? Because her dad died a year ago. And then plus Gabriel's like half her mom's age. So she's like, this is nasty. And Aiden called and invited her to a concert. And she's like, oh, maybe I'll go. But after talking with her mom about Gabriel, she's like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to go then. And she went out to the woods to turn into a wolf so she could run.
First off, mom is actually Aunt Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
There is no mother in here.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Mother died.
Mother is gone. And Aunt Astrid is with Gabriel currently. And she's...
The wife of Gabriel currently.
Yeah. And she was a very weak character, whereas like the mother figure in the book was this strong character who, like, her weakness was boys and trying to get with the younger guys. But other than that, she was a cougar wolf. But other than that, she was a very strong character, whereas Aunt Astrid was a character that I was like, wow, you have no backbone.
No. Mm-hmm. Very weak. And even compared to the book, the character is very strong in the book.
Because there is an Astrid in the book.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
And that character is also very, like, is that what you're saying? It's also very strong.
Yes, the Astrid character is also very strong in the book. But in the movie, she's very weak. And like Bri said, she has no backbone. And she kind of just lets the bad things happen to her instead of standing up. Whereas the Astrid in the book wouldn't stand for that.
Yeah. Yep.
She did go running a lot. There was a familiar thing.
Yeah, the movie opens, I believe, with her running.
Oh. One thing Allie hasn't made mention of is where they are located. But didn't we already talk about that in this?
In the synopsis.
Kind of. In the movie, they're in Romania.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, but in the movie, why they gotta do like... It was because that was the time, 2007. They did like parkour.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Everywhere she's running, she's like popping off the...
Yeah. Yep.
Gotta
really instill in there that she loves to run.
It's the Michael Scott parkour.
Parkour. Legit all I was thinking in my head when that was going on.
Well, I guess right here I'll make note that in the movie, Rafe has now gone and killed a girl. And my other note is they get together to hunt men. I'm pretty sure that's the werewolves. And I don't remember the werewolves like getting together purposefully to be like, tonight we hunt men.
In the book?
Yeah.
No, there is one scene in the book where Astrid takes them out on a midnight run.
Yeah.
And Aiden and Vivian have to hide from them in the embankment.
Yep.
And in the movie, they supposedly go after once a month on
when the full moon.
When the full moon, they go out and they basically make a whoever they're trying to kill run to the river, and if they can pass the river, they live, and if they don't pass the river, that means they've been got.
Yeah.
And they are now being torn into pieces by wolves.
Yeah. Yep.
And nobody's made it to the river, according to Gabriel.
Nope.
Yeah. My favorite is just us Lugaroo had to show those men what we're made of.
As we're in hiding and they can never really know.
Yeah. We may be outnumbered, but we are stronger.
Okay. So, there's this big wolf meeting at Vivian's house. And they're all trying to decide what their next move is to do. Because they know they gotta leave because... Well, some of them... Who says they have to leave? Gabriel? No.
So they're in the book, they're staying with another pack, essentially.
Oh, okay.
And that pack leader is from what my understanding, that pack leader is the one that's like, we need to get another leader in instead of your dad. That's why we need to have this fight. And Gabriel is, Gabriel is like, let's do this, trying to take action. And
Okay, so yeah, because they have to pick a new leader, and someone suggested, as Ashley said, to do it the old way, which is like battle it out. And a lot of feelings, it's mixed feelings, because they're like, why would we want to hurt our own? But then, like, this is how they used to do it, so maybe we should, and all this sort of stuff. And so Rafe and his friends are starting to tease Vivian, because they're like, you're going on a date with a human, a meat boy, and all this sort of stuff. And she's just over it.
Yeah, the five were little punks.
Yes.
And in the books, they are very, very well written little punks.
Yes.
And in the movie, they're just kind of there. And it's other than Rafe.
I know the other
than Rafe, the other four aren't even mentioned.
No.
And in yeah. Sorry, I'm not wanting to also reveal things too much.
No, you can't.
Go for it.
We
This
do
is
it
the
all the
time.
time.
Okay.
This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
If you do it ahead of where we're at, that is okay. We do that all the time.
All the time.
Like they do a really good job. Like she does a good job at fleshing out all of her characters in a very short time. And she writes really good punks.
Yeah.
Punk kids.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they just kind of are glossed over and not really mentioned and aren't really there and are just kind of Rafe's backup. And you get Rafe, and there's not much substance with just Rafe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Compared to the book.
Yep. So, Aiden came, picked up Vivian for their concert, and they went and grabbed another friend. And when they got to the concert, this whole group was there, and they all kept showing up, and they're all hanging out. And she just got this like yuck feeling from Kelly, like there's something wrong with her. What?
That's hilarious that it's
Kelly
I
again.
only just now realized it was Kelly again.
Really? So we just did Under the Bridge, and it's a true story about like this
Teenage murder.
and the murderer's name was Kelly. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So should have never name your kid Kelly.
No,
Sorry,
shit.
Kellys out there. I'm sure you're wonderful people. Anyways, so eventually Aiden and her kissed, and it was all going good. But he's being too polite, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta get this boy on like inappropriate. Let's go." She's the like horniest like chick ever.
She is a very promiscuous 17-year-old.
Yes. I was like, oh my, okay. And so she noticed that the five are spying on her, and she's like, all right, Aiden, we gotta be less polite now. Let's do it.
This is not.
And
Go for it.
okay,
Yeah,
and
go for it.
in the movie, none of that is Kelly doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, yes.
There is no Kelly. There is no this is my man fight. Such a good adversary too.
Also, at this point in the movie, we find out that Aiden has an assault warrant on him.
Yeah. He has some assault warrant on him for assaulting his father, which kind of makes sense because in the book there's kind of a scene where Vivian goes over to the house of the father of Aiden's house and has dinner with the family, and some emotions happen. And you see that Aiden doesn't really get along with his father, so that kind of is the only saving grace to Aiden's background in the movie, because it kind of brushes over it. Other than that,
once they said that he had an arrest warrant and that's why he was in Romania, I was like, what the fuck? Poor Aiden.
What is this writing?
Yeah, I was like, hold on, this is stupid. What I don't get is this is a very clear, like, when we're always like, why the hell didn't they just follow the book? Like,
Yes.
So much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like, if you want to make this movie, don't call it
Blood and chocolate.
Like, this is a different movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it were just the movie, it would be really good. But a movie based off of a book,
It's
horrible.
pretty shit.
Horrible.
All right, so Aiden invited her to a party on Saturday, but it was the same night as the full moon. And she's much less, she can't control her wolfness as much on a full moon. So she had to decline. So she came up with this excuse that she was grounded. And she went out with the 5 to change, but Aiden surprised her at the house.
I thought that was so sweet.
I did too.
I did too.
That's
I was
really
like,
sweet,
that's
Aiden.
so adorable. The poor thing is trying to conceal
I
her as her
know.
bones are literally breaking.
I know.
And she's probably in tears. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't change,
Yes.
don't change.
But that does not happen. Also, I would
No.
say in the movie, like, this whole story in the movie takes place over maybe like 4 or 5 days. It felt like it was
Yeah.
like boom, 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 boom.
It felt
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was like the montage of them together, I think was supposed to be about a week,
Yeah.
but
But that's still
it's not.
like maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's still.
And
yeah.
they did dates in this one, so it was at least 2 months, 2 to 3 months was
Yeah.
how long
Yeah,
the book
it was.
was.
It was at least a
A relationship.
3-4
Yeah.
month.
Or a teenage relationship, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Aiden is trying to be cute and have a date with her, and he brought wine and cheese, and she's starting to change though, so she's like, you need to leave. You need to leave. I'm going to go throw up. I'm going to go throw up. And she locks herself in the bathroom, and she got like snippy and angry with him, which she did a lot. I was like, this boy's being so cute.
I know.
And you just be snapping at him.
I know.
And
I think
but,
that was her wolf side coming out.
right. This,
But
this
yeah,
time I understand it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, that would be uncomfortable because she's in the middle of changing, and eventually she got him out of there. But she was like, why should I have to hide the best part of me? Because she loves turning into a wolf. Mm-hmm. And but she realizes she's overthinking it, and she really does like this kid.
What's funny is like everyone told her it's never gonna work. I think because everyone told her it was never gonna work, she
That's
like
what made her want it more.
Yeah.
Because she's 17.
yep, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
that right there is,
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly it.
I remember being a lovesick 17-year-old.
And also in the movie there is a part where they're like making out and she ends up almost turning. So
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the
You got
scene,
to
but
see her eyes glow.
and like
but-
didn't like a fingernail
Yeah,
shoot
fingernails
out.
grew a little bit. But that's about it. Yeah.
All right. So Aiden invited her over for like this family barbecue, and she could tell that his parents didn't really like her. Which he's like, that's good. They never like the girls I bring. I'm like, well, you don't end up with them, so isn't that a bad thing?
Yeah.
But whatever. So him and her got all physical in the bedroom, a little touchy all here and there. And then she needed to use the restroom. So he brought her downstairs, and it was past his dad's like hunting lounge area with all these guns. And he's like, yeah, that's what my dad does for
Hobby.
a hobby. He fixes old guns, and he takes me shooting and all this sort of stuff. And he says he wished they could have a hobby together that didn't involve killing things. And she's like, oh, I wish I could kill things with my dad.
Yeah, she was like, I wish I could kill a rabbit again with my father.
I know. It was so sad.
In the movie, Rafe is now telling on Vivian to Gabriel about how she's getting all close with Aiden. Oh, and because they also found Aiden's drawing of the Lugaroo.
Oh, yeah.
And just were like, oh, you told.
Yep. And now she's in trouble.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because Gabriel is now like, go get Aiden. I don't care if you have to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah. that happened. All right, so it's Vivian's birthday, but unfortunately Aiden's parents made him go on vacation, so he's not there with her. But the pack came over and gave her a bunch of gifts, and all the 5 gave her lingerie, and Rafe came over and groped her. It was Rafe, right? Yeah. But she stood up for herself, and then Aiden eventually came back and got her a birthday present, and it was a silver necklace, the little pentagram silver, which, if it got into her bloodstream, it could hurt her. But she's like, well, I can wear it on dates. It won't get into my blood then.
I really like that she thought it was ironic. She like really liked it because of the irony of the gift.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did end up with a silver pentagram necklace in the movie.
They did.
But Aiden got it, and because Rafe, when he goes to threaten Aiden, when Aiden's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Rafe turns into a wolf to attack him. So then Rafe is like, silver. Or Rafe Aiden is like, silver.
Well, because Rafe bit at him, and he bit the necklace. So he's like, starts like
He started
burning his
foaming and
mouth.
burning
Yeah.
at the mouth. And then
he's like,
Aiden was like, "Oh, I have silver on me," and takes the necklace and basically destroys it.
Ninja stars him.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
And then Rafe is dead.
And
Yeah.
then Rafe died.
And this is where you like put it together, because freaking they go and tell Aunt Astrid that your son is dead. And then they tell Gabriel, and they're like, your son is dead. And that's how they reveal that they're together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I thought that, I knew they were together at one point, but they weren't anymore, right?
They're technically still married.
Oh.
That's technically still.
But it's their 7th year.
It's their 7th year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
So yeah.
So it's
and
not
he
a loving.
he already in the movie he uses her. So it's known that she gets visits from him every now and then, and those are romantic visits.
Okay.
And that's literally all she's being used for.
My goodness.
And that's why Rafe is a little extra angry, because well, you're not
You
gonna
don't love
take
my
you're
mom.
not you don't love my mom, so I'm gonna ruin you.
Oh, got it. So weird.
So frustrating.
I really thought it was stupid in the movie how Rafe was Mr. like, one day this pack is going to be mine and I'm going to run it this way. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? That is not Rafe at all.
No.
All right, so Aiden took her to the field, and they're gonna watch fireworks for the 4th of July, and they're having a good time. But eventually, he goes to the bathroom, and he's been gone a while. And Vivian starts worrying, and she's hearing howling. So she goes to check on him, and she finds the 5 carrying a body, and they're teasing her. And eventually, they show her that it's a dead dog. What the?
Yeah, why are wolves killing dogs?
Because they'll get in trouble if they kill a human.
But why don't they kill like a deer or something that's not a dog?
I think they kill like a deer. Or
Yeah.
something.
And she's pissed, but she goes back to the group, and there's Aiden, and it's all good.
That does not happen.
Nope. That does not happen at all.
No. I guess now we can say how Aiden then went and confront Vivian. Because he's like, I know what you are. And he's
In
all
the
upset.
movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's just all upset that she lied to him. And it's like, well, of course she lied to you.
Yeah. I will say, I was glad that he reacted how he did in the book.
movie. Or in the book. Yeah,
Like,
compared to
because
the
it
movie.
was the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was really expecting the movie for him to be like, I love you still.
I mean, he kind of was.
Like,
Eventually.
eventually, yeah, towards the
Kinda,
end.
like-
yeah.
Like, yeah. He didn't, yeah.
No, there's that first whole scene where I was like, okay, at least you did that right.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Okay, I'll get there. So, Vivian and Aiden are getting frisky, and they hear wolves, and Vivian's like, we gotta go. And Vivian gets back home and talks with Rudy. Is that his name? Is it Rudy? Is that the name?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
And he's not planning on fighting for Alpha. And he said she needs to tell Gabriel what's going on about little meat boy. And she's not planning on telling Gabriel about Aiden, but she met up with Gabriel at a bar.
None of this happened
Yeah.
in the movie. At all.
I love, so my note, I got ahead of myself with the movie, but I really love my next notes were Rafe was Astrid's son, ... And then now they are bringing Aiden to the wolves because Gabriel's even more pissed because Rafe is dead. And then the next note is Rafe was also Gabriel's son. ...
In the movie, yes.
So Vivian gets home and her mom is crying over old pictures of her dad. And they decide to go to the local bar. At first, he was going to kick Vivian out because she's underage, but then they let her stay. And Gabriel shows up and I was distracted during this part. Is Gabriel all beat up?
No.
He comes with someone who is beat up.
Yes.
Okay. And so they get that other person to the hospital.
Yes. Yeah, he's one of the five's father. I don't remember which. Okay. I don't remember which.
Okay.
But I feel like it was Rafe's dad.
I think so.
I actually think you're right.
I think it was Rafe's dad who was all beaten, bloody, and Gabriel was all upset. And then we're like, well, we need to get him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not the hospital because they have a wolf hospital, the lady that they go to.
Okay.
Hey, at least in the movie when Vivian is injured, they're like, we should take you to the hospital. And she's like, you can't.
It'll make it worse. There's too much silver at the hospital. So Vivian went to Aiden's house and he came out looking pretty pissed. And his dad and him are yelling at each other and they got in the car and drove off. And he shared that his parents want him to see a shrink because they think he's a Satanist because he likes his walls painted black and he's into
The witchcraft.
Yes, and the heavy metal music.
Heavy metal music.
Yes.
When this description got read to me, I was like, oh, this was definitely written in the 90s.
Yes. Yep. I was like, oh, how 90s of you.
I was like, all right.
And so they meet up with the rest of the amoeba, which is what they call their group of friends. And they see Gabriel and Vivian's like, oh, he's so irritating. They're like, and Quincy, I think it was Quincy, who's one of the friends, is like, is he bothering you? And she just thought it was so sweet that the friends are standing up for her. I loved the friends in the group.
Except for Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, except Kelly.
Kelly's the worst, but the rest of them are very nice.
Yes.
I like them too.
Yes.
None of that happened in the movie.
Nope.
Not at all.
None of it. Mm-mm. Such a good book.
Now, in the movie, Aiden is the one man for the full moon that month that they're going to chase. Because it just so happens that they're mad at him that one day, too.
Yep. And they decide that he's going to be chased after, and he has to make it to the river. Mm-hmm. And instead of... I thought it was a really funny little screen moment in the movie, like if it were just a movie. When Aiden is being put down on his knees and Vivian has to come in and kiss her or kiss him to before he can run. Mm-hmm. I liked the fact that the girl Gabriel's currently getting busy with, who kissed the first guy, went in to kiss him, and he was like, Gabriel was just like, no, you're not, it's gonna be her. And they grabbed Vivian and put her on her knees and makes her kiss Aiden. And I just thought that was a funny movie detail. That was like, okay, that kind of made me laugh.
Yeah.
So Bingo, which is one of the friends, came to Vivian's house because Aiden is grounded at this point, and asks if she wants to hang out. And she's like, okay, we can. So she hung out with her and Jen. Was that the friend's name?
Yeah, I believe so. The other one. Okay.
And they had a really fun girls' night. And she couldn't remember having this much fun with friends in a long time. And it was just nice.
Which I thought was super sweet.
I did too. Mm-hmm. It was like one of those chapters that's like, this adds nothing to the story, but it was a cute
little blip.
Yeah.
It was a cute little moment that didn't need to be there, but was.
Yes.
I thought it was Bingo and Quincy.
No, because it was two girls. And
it was Bingo and Quincy, and Quincy's a boy.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought it was two girls.
No, and Bingo and Quincy are best friends, and then Bingo and Aiden are best friends, and that's why she was like, I don't have an interest in either of these boys, but they're my best friends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where'd I get the name Jen from? Is that one of them?
I think because Quincy's his last name.
And
so it's his I don't know what his first name is. I can't remember it, but Quincy's his last name.
Oh, okay. All right. So Vivian and the rest of the wolves went to the clearing or wherever they went to get ready for this wolf fight. Okay, so Gabriel read off these ancient rules of the fight. And in the rules, it claims that any adult may fight. So Astrid immediately is like, the females can fight too! Because this whole time in the book, she's been like butthurt that they're like, only the males are gonna fight to be the leader because she wants to be Queen Bee.
Isn't she also mad that Vivian's like the one that Gabriel's interested in?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why because she wanted to go in and fight her.
Yeah.
And Vivian's like, I don't even fucking care, so I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yep. And so, they all agree, fine, females can fight. But then the 5 are like, well, we're adults too. And everybody's like, no, shut up. You're not. And so the battle begins, and Gabriel takes out Astrid, like, immediately, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
No.
No, it was not-
Vivian jumps in because Astrid's going for...
Oh, not yet.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
Astrid's joined in the male
Yeah.
fight, too.
Astrid goes and it's not Gabriel. I believe it's another wolf.
Okay, so not Gabriel.
No,
But Astrid
I
pretty
think
much...
I think it's like the secondhand guy.
Okay, but she's out. Like, what was
Pretty
the
quick.
point of you
Yeah.
being in there? And then all the males fight, and then the fight keeps going, and then the rule is when you show blood, get out because we don't want to kill our own, except for the final 2. Then it's up to them how long they go. Well, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure one died.
One of them
They
dies.
fought to the death.
Yep.
And then, as they're like, Vivian's like horrified, like, I can't believe this happened. Then Astrid jumps on Esme, Vivian's mom, and everybody's just watching. And Vivian's horrified, so she jumps in to help her mom. But then she ends up taking out Astrid, and now she's Queen Bee. And she's like, what the? I didn't want this. And she's horrified, but she runs home, and she's like, awful. It's awful.
And Gabriel chases after her.
Yes.
When even though she thinks she got away from him, there's a small little blip in the end of the chapter or later on in another chapter where Gabriel is basically like, just like you ran home that night, just like how I followed you home that night. And then the reader realizes, oh,
Yeah.
you didn't lose. You didn't lose the scent.
Yeah.
Well, in the movie, Aiden has now killed quite a few wolves with his little silver necklace on his chase.
And he had a knife, too.
Yeah.
Yep, he had a silver knife.
And Vivian ends up helping him to get across the river. And she then also gets hit.
Stabbed.
Yeah, with the silver
silver.
because he doesn't realize who it is.
Yep, he doesn't realize.
And then
that
she
it's Vivian.
changes.
In dog form. And
Yeah.
then she changes right in front of him in a glow of light.
Are y'all following along with these 2 stories that we're telling simultaneously?
Hopefully.
So, Vivian went home. She was very upset. She locks herself in her room. Her mom's trying to help her, but she's like, get out of here. And Aiden calls, and she's like, tell him I'm sick. And eventually Aiden came over and said his parents are going out and his sister's out, so they won't know if you come over for a sleepover. And she's like, oh, okay, fine. I'll call you tomorrow and I'll let you know. Well, Gabriel then comes over and tries to get frisky with her, and she's like, no. And he's like, well, you're mine now because you won. I don't know if he said that, but that's kind of the
Essentially,
attitude that he's going with.
Yeah.
And he likes the fight she's putting up. It's a little kinky.
This does not happen in the movie.
No, it does not.
Instead, now they're talking about going and finding the anti-serum for silver for Vivian.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because all of a sudden there's an anti-serum for silver.
I was like, what the fuck?
We create new elements in movies. In the periodic table. Is there an anti-serum for silver? Anti-serum for silver?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because if so, then silver wouldn't be the thing that is like werewolves' weakness.
Well, maybe they didn't know there was an anti-serum. They're out of the loop. All right, so she's debating whether to show Aiden the change or not, and she decides, yes, he will love me anyways, and then we'll run away together and we'll start our own little pack. And she gets there, she finds him, he's naked in bed waiting for her, and he's being all cutesy, and she's trying to be all cutesy with her words. She's like, I gotta show you something. And then she starts changing, and Aiden's freaking out and crying, and she's trying to, like, stop the change, but she can't, and it's just a whole disaster.
Go
It's
for it.
such a
I
great
can
book.
tell. Yeah, I can tell you have stuff to say.
It's such a great book. I mean, the movie. I like the fact that in the book she describes like how the fear in him and the fear in her when the change is happening, because it's like it explains like she has a muzzle of a dog now, so she can't get out actual words, and it's fascinating to me because it's like, this is good writing.
Could you imagine? Because I would think she can't stop the change,
No.
but I would think her trying to stop it might have slowed it down a little bit. So
But
she's
it
like
looks even creepier.
half wolf, half human, just like in front of him, and he's like
He's freaking out.
naked, just laying there like, I was about to have sex with this girl, and now she's a wolf.
What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
That does not happen.
Nope, it does not.
But all of a sudden, Aiden is now happy that she's a wolf.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I love this.
Aiden is like super happy.
And Vivian's
movie.
like, I can control this. And he's
I
like,
can-
you can? She's
and
like,
they-
yeah.
Yeah, I can control this in front of you. And then they run off together. Into the moonlight.
Yep.
And that's the movie.
And that's the movie.
All right, well, we got a lot of the book left.
But
so
we
let's do
have
it.
a lot of book left.
Vivian woke up and she kind of had a blackout that night. I keep bumping you, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
So she noticed blood on her hands, and it was human's blood, and she couldn't figure out if it was Aiden's or not. So she got dressed, went downstairs. She saw a bunch of cops at Truly's, which is the bar, and turns out some random person had been murdered, and the cops were saying it's wild animals. And they have a pack meeting about what happened, and they say, yep, the cops think it's wild animals. We're instructed not to go out in our fur anymore. And we're trying to make it so we don't have to leave this area quite yet.
Does not happen in the movie.
That's not happened in the movie.
So Vivian tried to call Bingo to see if she could talk to Aiden. And it turns out Aiden made up a bunch of lies about Vivian, about how, like, Vivian was super jealous and she hates everybody. And she's, like, wanted, like, oh my gosh, you were going to steal my guy and all this sort of stuff. And she appreciated that he didn't tell them about her, but also, like, wow, rude. And eventually she got to talk to Aiden one-on-one. And he said how he can't do this anymore. I just keep picturing you as a wolf.
Well, no shit.
I know.
It's kind of burned into his retinas at that
what
point.
the fuck?
And he's like, sorry, it has to end this way. And she's like, oh, no, you're not sorry. Like, you'll be seeing me again. Don't worry. She kicked him out of the car.
This part drove me insane because I was like, because she kept trying to get back with him. She was like, okay,
Yeah.
but guess what? I'm going to change his mind. It's going to be fine. He said he wanted this. And it was like this for so many more chapters. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
how many more ways does he have to tell you you're done?
Yeah.
But I also think she's 17.
yeah.
Like,
Massively in love.
yeah.
Like, thinks that he walks on the moon. Like,
Thinks that he'll love her
thinks
in
that
her
he'll-
wolf form.
Exactly.
how
And-
could he not? Because she loves herself in her wolf form.
And well, how could he not love
yeah.
her?
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is another concert, and Gabriel takes her to this concert because her plan is to make Aiden jealous
She decides to contact Gabriel too.
Okay.
On her own.
and invite him.
And invite him basically.
Okay.
To make Aiden jealous.
Okay, and well, Gabriel called her out right away because she starts kissing Gabriel, and he's like, "Don't use me," and like basically left, and because she saw Aiden hug Kelly and Kelly kiss his neck and all this sort of stuff. he sure got over her real quick, didn't she?
I know, this was another thing. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
you
Like,
think
you
he
went to-
loved you?
Yeah, you
And
went
he-
to Kelly real quick.
Yeah.
Girl. Like,
Yeah. And she's still like, I'll make him love me. I'm like, no.
So Rudy comes and gave Vivian alcohol. He's like, it won't stop the pain, but it'll numb it.
no, it was Rafe.
Oh, it was Rafe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it was Rafe.
Rafe.
I thought that
Rafe.
was weird that Rudy did it. Okay,
No.
it was Rafe.
Rafe gave her the alcohol.
Oh, part of the.
Yep.
Okay, it makes sense. Well, she got wasted, and she went to Kelly's house and tore everything up. So she realizes, oh my gosh, Kelly's not coming home because she's at Aiden's house, and she's like, she starts ripping stuff up more.
And she sees a pentagram necklace on her
Oh yeah.
on her desk.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Thinks
yeah.
it's the same necklace because she throws the necklace at Aiden.
Yep.
In one of the previous chapters, and it's when they break up, and like, fine, I don't need you, and throws the necklace at him, and she thinks it's the same necklace.
Yep.
So which makes her want to rip up and destroy Kelly's room even more.
I mean, that's fair thoughts. So Vivian then wakes up at home and she sees, like, her hands. There's no blood. Even though she blacked out again. But as she's getting out of bed, a flipping hand falls out of her bed. Oh my gosh! She quickly goes and buries
Nightmares.
it. Yes. And she goes inside, and her mom's talking to this new wolf that had come into town for the wolf battle.
Yep.
And his name is Thomas. And they're listening to the news, and someone reported that all these killings are by werewolves. And the news reporter's trying not to laugh and be like, we are trying to take serious responses. And she's like, I can't believe Aiden would have told. And she saw the police coming up to her house.
None of this happens.
Nope.
So the police ask if she has grievances with Kelly. And they told her about her room. And Gabriel showed up and gave Vivian the alibi, saying she was with me the whole night. We were, very loud.
Yeah.
And after they left, they did another pack meeting, and they're about to get ready to move, but they have to figure out who this person is that's killing so that they don't take them with them. And they have them split up into pairs to explore, and Vivian sees Quincy coming up the path.
Does not happen.
Nope. Doesn't happen.
Nope. Quincy had a note from Aiden that said, hey, meet me at 2 o'clock or whatever, 2 in the morning at this one place. And she was just pissed off. She's like, get out of here. I don't want to. So Vivian decided the only way to keep her back safe was killing herself because she keeps ruining things for everyone. So she decided to douse herself in gasoline and burn herself. And she tries, but the match wouldn't light. But good thing, because they found one of the 5 say, oh, you didn't do it. And here comes Gabriel.
The only thing I can think of is, but didn't her dad also die by fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the book?
And
Yeah.
and that's one reason why she does it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's because she wants to make sure she's dead, and she knows by fire she'll be
That's
dead.
the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I was going to say the only reason they did the fire and with her whole family dying was because of this scene, but it's not really, because at least her dad did die by fire in the book. But yeah.
They made note. They were like, werewolves die by fire. Like, that's pretty much the closest to this. All right, so Gabriel's real sweet, and he takes her to the river and rinses the gasoline off of her, and one of the 5 explained what had happened. Like Willem, I think his name
It
was.
was Willem and Ulf.
Okay. And it turns out it was Astrid and Rafe. They had killed this boy who had a note. And she's like, oh my gosh, Quincy. And the note had said, meet Aiden at 2 o'clock somewhere. And she's like, we gotta go save him. And actually, no, she didn't say that. Gabriel said, you gotta go get Aiden. And she's like, but what if he's there to kill me? And then he said, we don't abandon our mates. And right there I was like, oh, okay, Gabriel.
Yeah.
I don't hate you anymore.
They really turned Gabriel around.
Yeah. Especially watching it first, I was like, that was a shock. I was
Yeah.
he's actually a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of sad.
Yeah. And so she goes to convince Aiden, but he pulls a gun on her and is like, it's loaded with a silver bullet I made.
And he melted down the necklace that she threw back at him into the silver bullet.
Ah, okay.
Which was even more memorable as to, like...
Why?
Yeah.
So, she tried to explain that I didn't do the killing, but I know who did. But then Rafe and Astrid come, and they basically said everything that they did and, like, laid it out and, like, oh, we tricked you, blah, 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 blah. And Astrid said it was because she was mad that Vivian took Gabriel. But now she can have Gabriel because he'll love her. And this upset Rafe because did he love Astrid?
It's not, love is not a part of it.
Okay.
But he's like, you're with me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got it.
You know.
Okay.
Kind of deal.
Okay. So this was enough distraction that Vivian took on Astrid and Aiden shot Rafe. And here comes Gabriel to stop the fight and officially kill Astrid. And he came to check on Vivian and he was going to let Aiden go, but Aiden mistook what he was doing and shot. Vivian jumped in front of Gabriel and ended up getting shot. And she's like halfway in between wolf and human at this point.
Yep. She's halfway through her transformation and gets shot.
Yes. Yikes.
And I mean, this is her getting hit with the silver in the movie, I guess.
This is her getting hit with the silver in the movie.
So Vivian could not choose. Well, her mom's like, pick human or wolf. I'll be able to help you better. She could not.
The
She,
wolf
Subconsciously.
doctor.
Yeah.
the wolf doctor.
Wolf doctor.
Okay. She couldn't choose. She's like stuck.
She was subconsciously stuck.
Yes.
Is what they basically said.
Yes.
Because her human form still loved Aiden and so wanted to be human. But her wolf form was like, I'm ready.
I'm ready to be a wolf.
Yep. And so we find out, her mom's much happier now because Thomas has moved in and life's gone on. But Vivian has basically locked herself in her room because she is this weird creature that's half wolf, half human.
And essentially 3 months pass. Another 3 months pass. And or a month or something like that. And she's still stuck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So then Gabriel comes and does a visit, and we learn a whole backstory on him about how he fell in love with a human too, and basically same thing. He was like, she'll love me. Well, they were getting frisky, and eventually each time he would get a little more
Change
wolf.
a little bit.
But
Because humans were too tame for the wolves. The wolves needed a bit friskier.
Yeah. But he also had the same thought, like, I really love her. She really loves me. She'll love me for who I am. And she didn't. And he got upset at this. And she ended up dying. And he feels so horrible. And he was able to help Vivian get through the change. And then they start making out. And
then the bookends. They
together.
cuddle.
Yeah.
They cuddle and then the bookends,
Yeah.
which I think was really sweet.
Yeah.
The movie, she runs off with
She
Aiden.
runs off with Aiden into the moonlight.
Yes, because he forgives her.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. All right, well,
We did it.
we did.
Any other thoughts, Ash?
No, not really. just like I said, if the movie was its own thing, it would be good. And if it was, but it's based off a movie, so it's not, or it's based off a book, so it's not.
Yeah, yep. All right, so we do some cast. IMDb cast 40 people for this movie. We're going to talk about like 4 of them because that's really all that
Yep.
happened.
Yep.
Okay. So we got Agnes Bruckner is Vivian.
Again, like I said, if the movie was exactly the book, I would have had issues with everyone.
Yeah.
But because it was its own thing, I'm like, "Meh, whatever, you were fine."
Yeah. It was decently acted.
Yeah.
It was not anything to take home.
Nope.
It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was decently acted. And it was not written well. So, at least that's my opinion.
Yes. We have Hugh Dancy as Aiden. I thought it was so cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
It's a ragamuffin.
Oliver
I think that's Olivier.
Oh, yep. Okay. Martinez is Gabriel.
He was fine.
For
what he was fine.
in the movie, he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
He, as a character, he did fine.
Mm-hmm.
As an actor, he did fine.
Mm-hmm. He was fine.
Katja?
Yeah, Katja.
Okay. Raymond?
Katja Riemann.
Okay. Astrid.
Fine.
Decently acted.
Yeah. Yep.
Spineless character compared to the book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Dick played Rafe.
He did not
Unfortunate
do
name.
a good job.
He did not.
I did not like him as a punk. He was not believable.
No.
Yeah.
He seemed preppy.
Way too preppy.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was weird.
And like
He
a
didn't seem
weird,
like a gruff
weird,
wolf.
peppy trying to be punk.
Yeah.
Is what I got from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't recast. I just was like, yeah, sure. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is the theme of the book and the movie the same?
Werewolves.
I mean, I guess that's right. I guess you're right. I was going to say no, but technically you're right.
Technically,
You're right.
they're both about werewolves.
That's true. That's true.
That is the
That's
theme.
true. You're right. Okay.
Girl falls in love with human.
Boy,
Yeah.
Girl falls in
Pack
love
isn't
with
happy.
I mean, I guess based off of the synopsis, we could have figured that one out.
I
Yeah,
guess
you're right.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
And do the characters stay true to how they're written?
Hell no.
No.
No fucking way.
No, they do not.
And what do you prefer, book or movie?
Book.
I also prefer the book.
I prefer the book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah, it was.
It is.
Yes.
Especially for a one book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you recommend it to a friend?
Absolutely. Do you like werewolves? It's a fun read. Do you like young adult books? Yes, it's a fun read. Yes. I would suggest it to a friend.
You recommended it to us?
I did.
I was just going to say that.
That's why I'm here.
If someone's into werewolves, I would say yeah. I think it's a fun werewolf book.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. That's what we got for y'all. So we have a little sneak peek.
Check out our website.
Offscript253.wixsite.com/offscript.
While you're there, you should rate, subscribe, and give us a nice and beautiful review.
You can follow all of us on all of our socials.
You can follow all of us.
Yeah.
And if you write a nice review, we read it on the podcast.
I know. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had a review in a while.
Use you. Write one, people. Yep. Anyways, we are going to be at the Kent Nerd Party
On June 7th, we have a booth.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be
see
good.
us.
Come talk to us. Come be on the episode that's Nerd Party.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And on Monday, we got The Sweet Hereafter. It's quite a sad story.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the book so far.
Oh, I've only seen the movie so far.
Mm-hmm. It's a very sad story, but I'm so interested to see how you enjoy it. So I'm actually very excited to cover this. So
Okay, all right. Let's do it. So with that,
Blood and chocolate.
went off script. Bye.
Bye.
thanks for sticking with us.
We hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, we would greatly appreciate it if you gave us 5 beautiful stars, reviewed, and subscribed.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Offscript, on Instagram at Offscript Podcast 21, and on TikTok at Offscript_pod.
Shoutouts to Madame Ashen Creations for our adorable logo art.
And Adam Daniel for our incredible theme song.
And to Creative Cinephile Productions for producing our podcast.
See you next time.